Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this video is garden tour update. I decided to go right by my sunflowers because they are like the best thing ever, and I had to go out today, put on makeup, and I thought why not show myself in this video a little bit. The garden is doing pretty good, don't want to complain. It is an organic garden, so there's lots of issues with pests and birds and kids and just us having fun. So it is what it is, and it has been such a great therapy for me and a pastime and stuff I can do and share with others. And I'm so glad I have this avenue to share it with you guys and also watch my progress. I actually stopped and watched the first garden video, and I realized how much my garden has grown. I was a little disappointed after the hailstorm, but it's actually bounced back pretty well. Today we reaped some cucumber, so the cucumbers are going again and growing pretty quickly, and lots of cherry tomatoes, which I'll have to dehydrate again soon because we're not eating it fast enough. And my goal this year is not to lose stuff, not for them to go bad, and cook as much as I can from the garden and still preserve. So tomorrow I'm actually gonna go through my basil again and pick a set and dehydrate because I have enough green seasons blend up. But let me show you where the garden is at as quickly as I can before it gets dark. It's the golden hour. It's so beautiful outside here. We had a lot of rain earlier this morning, and so I don't need to water a lot. It's a couple things like the cucumbers, which absorbs a lot of water. I have to do that, but outside of that, not a lot. And I'll show you where everything is at. So stay tuned and enjoy my garden tour. So let's dive into the sunflower area. I actually trimmed a bit. Today I took off some deadhead because I wanted to make sure and get the seeds, and we cut down the top, so there were like 2 or 3 there. We cut those down, put it to dry, and I do think we have to cut off a couple more. I am seeing a couple new shoots like there for this particular one, but it's it's not a lot. It's going to taper down. I do have some other sunflowers coming in. They're looking pretty glorious. I'm actually gonna make a bouquet. I'm gonna cut some flowers just because I need to take off the burden so that more can bloom, and if you don't, well, you generally kind of lose them or the tree. So we have that kind of orange color one with the brown, which I think is called Autumn Beauty. Then we have this, which is still another variety. Then this is like a pretty yellow colored one, and then we have like a lime with like a fly brown and lighter color. Again, there is a darker one that's in the front lawn that's really, really nice. Now what's happening in this jungle here is that there were some sunflowers there. I do have some what we call dasheen in Trinidad or taro leaves, and then I have this one that broke, which is a whole life lesson in itself. It broke and it's still struggling, and this is that plant there. Then we have, I think that's its pumpkin that's coming along here that has really taken over. I noticed there's an okra at the back there. There's a Lone Ranger sunflower there. I'm seeing tomatoes, well, blossoms there. I don't know what else. I noticed I had an station at the back there. I don't know if it's still going. And then there's the fig. And then we have all these other sunflowers there. We do have between here some cosmos, if you guys can make them out. Ground cherries here. And we're going to get a couple ripe ones soon. Some of these were actually drying up a bit, but they're going pretty okay. So this bean and I have been having an issue. This is like I've put it on at least three times already. I'm trying to get it over the trellis, but he keeps sticking out. So yeah, I have to stop this video now and poke him back in. Strawberry patch going great. We do have some strawberries in the back here. I think the birds ate some of these. The neighbor did over their gate, and so I did lose most of this melon. It actually did have a melon in it, which I didn't know. What about the potatoes? I have been watching quite a few videos on potatoes, and because I have zero knowledge on it, and so I like to read up, watch videos, and I think it has been about 6 weeks for these potatoes. From what I heard is that it has to get flowers, may bear fruit, and then die back. And from what I think is that I have a whole month at least with this particular one, which is the first one. and maybe a month and a half more with that. This tomato now started flowering. I try to keep these trimmed. We have captured a couple hornworms in the process of how many do we have? I think we have 4 to date, but they more or less ate out a lot of the biquinio. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but this plant, this tomato plant that's between this hot mess, is actually called spoon tomatoes, and I'm trying to find a tomato to show you what it looks like. You see that at the back there? That's a tomato. That tomato is the size of, I can't even begin to tell you, like my pinky nail, or even actually it's smaller than my pinky nail. It's so tiny. The ones at the back there, yeah. Let me see, can I get my finger there? Yeah. Oh, I can barely get it, but once I pick it, I'll try to do a video on it. And then we have another tomato inside here that is lying down that I really need to try to stake up. And you guys see it's just kind of growing a hot mess, but I will try and stake it up soon. It has flowers on it. Then this squash is looking, so this squash was looking yellow. It still looks yellow, and I don't know, I don't want to feed it a lot of things. I did give it some salt. I usually throw in it for leaves and worm tea. And this pepper just does not seem to be liking me. I do have a spider web there that I really don't want to disturb, but Thai solar beans are growing pretty well. I've been getting at least 3-4 every day. This tomato is going good, and I try to keep shaking it. The peas at the back here were looking really horrible, but I just put that to fix nitrogen in the soil. I need to trim back that holy basil. As you can see, this is the pequeña pepper. That's a hot mess now because I found 4 long hornworms in it. So I mean, and we've been trying to enjoy it as much as possible, but I'm going to actually try to pick out these things this week and then replant it. But the cucumbers have taken off, which is so exciting. We actually picked one today. Oh, look at that mama duck. If you guys can see. So cute. Between her babies. Oh. Then this is where I have the cucumbers. So I don't want to water here, but I actually set this bottle here and I fill it up, and just to keep it wet, the soil wet. And I noticed once I did that, I started getting. So I'm seeing new buds on this tomato, but more or less it's just going and going and going. I have cowpeas here. I let this flower, but I really do think that I need to take it off because the plant is actually starting to go dormant. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was really suffering and has taken off, and I think the cucumbers have finally taken off, and I did plant a piece there, so it's there. Still have not gotten anything from this tiny Tim, but it has actually grown. Every time I try to do a tiny Tim, I don't get anything. The peas are starting to take off again, and I think I need to run it a little more because it's all tangled up in itself. And but it's starting to blossom again. And the tomatoes, I think we only have like 2 more in here. I will just cut this back and let it be. These tomatoes in here actually growing pretty well, and I did plant some marigolds and basil, and something ate out all the basil, but yeah, I prefer it eaten out of that than my tomato. And then this is looking well. This beans actually, let me pick this, pull this off. This was suffering, but all of a sudden I noticed it started to, you know, get a little better.
Cuter.
You have a turtle?
How much cuter he is.
Oh, nice.
Do you like him more than Gruff Jr.?
Oh, he's nice.
Do you like him?
Yeah, he's nice.
Do you want to keep him?
No.
Why?
Do you want to keep him?
Yes.
I figured that much. Okay.
And when you saw a big fish.
Oh, nice. So this is going pretty okay. And so is that beans and there. I'm not sure. This looks so much like it's an eggplant. We shall see what it is. And the nasturtium, that's there. It's not really growing much, but it's so hot. And then I noticed there was a nasturtium here, but it looks like it's dying away. It's just too hot for nasturtiums. Squash was in here, and I think that died, just that tomato, and then I'm just gonna chop it down and plant maybe new tomatoes. This is the other cherry tomatoes. And yeah, this is actually dried up because it was hot today. Basils are taking off a little bit. I started to see these noodle beans are growing. This tree is taking, I don't know, it's behaving a little weird, but it is what it is. So we got some more blossoms here, and yes, a lot of the basils have sprouted here. Some are growing a little more than others. I will pull out this one and root in it. Don't want to know the scent, it's crazy. This Malabar spinach has taken off, and I mean, we're just eating from it. It's yummy. This pot is starting to take shape a bit, and this cucumber is starting to go. I'm not really noticing a lot of females with it. Oh yeah, look. There it. This is a dragon's egg cucumber. Jordan is going to be over the moon. That's his favorite cucumber. When he sees there's actually a baby dragon in it. Oh my goodness, that is gonna be awesome. I need to make sure and keep this pot watered. The beans are here. I think I'm just gonna pull out these beans as soon as they mature and give this space. I just realized I do have 2 Malabar spinach that I'll need to take out of because I really need a cucumber to go well. The daisies are finally blooming, but they're so tiny, and a couple of died. So I'm gonna pull this out just so that this soil can actually go. But look how pretty this daisy is. And these are just yellow ones. The sage, I think maybe starting to do better. Do get a nice scent, and these are also more basil. Bronze atomic over here. They are doing okay and ripening. I do think I have one inside here. I did not, guys. I did not separate this, and this basil is just taking off. So I really need. Oh my goodness, there's 2. I just noticed there's 2 ground cherries. How crazy! And if you guys have never seen potato cucumber, that's it there. This bed is a hot mess. I am gonna have to really pull out all these lettuce. There's no need to keep them here. They're just taking up space, and things are starting to fall out, especially with things, you know, like that have fallen out. This is also the spoon tomatoes, and look, that's a spoon tomato there. That's how tiny it is. Super tiny. I was growing it as a novelty, but I realized this whole bed more or less has tiny ones. So I think there is a Brad's atomic somewhere here too, but more or less it is spoon tomatoes. And these are beans that are running, which shouldn't be. They were supposed to be bush beans, so this looks a lot like cowpeas. So I need to keep an eye out on what is going on there. But all the beans are flowering. I do see some regular bush beans here, but that beans, I need to go and see the label. This was actually being very dormant. I do think it's getting powdery mildew, but I'm gonna try and keep it as clean as I can. So let's see if we can get some more squash beans again mixed up with these flour. Because it rained, I will really not try to pull it. I need it dry, so I'm gonna wait. This sunflower here is not open, but it's about to. We have the pimentos going. I did pick a lot of the, what you call this thing, wrinkle oman or shishito. And this is a Tabasco that is all by itself. I think I want to put the basil here with it, just because I always like companion plants in. Basil generally attract bugs, or sometimes deter bugs. Here we got again more spoon tomatoes, and I noticed I had to cut back on my kale because my kale keeps getting aphids, and I can't have aphids right now. That's just going to be a little too crazy to handle. This cucumber is going up. I don't know what variety this one is. This squash, which the label does not say because that stick there. Actually, no, the label for this is no. So, yeah, this tomato that just is not taken off. That's fine. I don't know what squash this is, but I did plant some red noodle beans here, and some of the cilantro is drying. So, the seeds are drying up. So I'm just gonna let it fall back down, and then when it gets cooler, we will have cilantro growing here. You see, it's a jungle. Everything is starting to fall out. So we do have this cucumber. I think this is a cucumber, or maybe it's a melon, but it feels like a cucumber. Yeah, it feels like a cucumber is against a melon. But if it's not a melon, I'm not gonna complain, because I just find since it's not flowering as yet, chances are it is a melon as against a cucumber. Finally, we got a flower here. I did have to kill the last one, cut the last one off because it was infected, and I think the worms that were coming out of it was from not worms, caterpillars from kind of particular butterfly, and I'm upset now that I killed so many of them, but I did keep a lot of them, and we secured them in Jordan's bulk cage. This has become a trellis, as you can see. This pot over here, I have a mango tree growing out of it, because the compost most likely had mango. What's happening here? Oh, I was trying not to pick this off, but it's flowering way too much, and I think the beans are stifling it. So again, these were supposed to be bush beans. They're all running, so I need to get stakes. I have to go and pick up tomato cages to put here. Haven't had the time to go, but everything is all jumbled. These tomatoes are actually growing, and I will try and trellis it. We do have some red, purple potted whole beans that are growing here. This is an nasturtium flower, that's okay. And here is actually dragon's egg cucumbers also. And dragon's egg generally bears fruit early. It's one of those cucumber varieties that do go early. Hey, you. Hi. Oh, these sunflowers are just so gorgeous. I am so happy that I planted them, and I really wish some of them didn't die, but I'm glad, grateful for the blessings. This still has not ripened as yet. These are the Bosch blueberry tomatoes, and it's growing. I think I need to do water, and I tried shaking it. I had lots of them. I did find a hornworm on this one. I think this is where I found the first hornworm, or two hornworms were here. I did do a little clearing up here. I did try to plant some beans way inside here where those sticks are, but nothing came up, and God knows why. I do think I see some lettuce growing there. This whole seedlings look like lettuce. This cherry tomato has just been growing and growing and growing, and as you can see, there's more flowers, and I'm not going to say no to it. I just keep shaking everybody to pollinate, because I'm so grateful. This is a red variety though, and this one I did grow from seed. Nothing, this one's a store-bought, whereas the other two were actually ones that I picked up from a nursery. I gave a friend two. I got two. They were all in one pot, so it ended up working up to $1 a plant, and I thought that was a steal of a deal. And we have this basil with this pepper. This pepper is really nice. It's a sweet pepper, but it's spicy. And the squash that was growing here, I don't know if you guys remember to trellis up. Well, guess what? It was running, and even though the squash bug got it, there is a new shoot that's coming out here. So I'm actually going to move these pots a bit and have it run at the back of the bed here. My moringa tree is growing tall, tall, tall. And the noise you hear in the background, that's the cicadas. See how tall this has gotten? I'm so loving it. I actually have been obsessed with rooting plants, and so I think I'm going to take this small one here and actually try to root it. Here we have another ground cherry and an okra that's growing pretty well. Another pimento. This bed is again a hodgepodge of mess, and I've been trying to sort it out. More purple potted beans, and look, there's actually one here now. And just gorgeous flowers. I actually took pictures of a flower recently. Focus, there we go. There. Yeah. Mangoes and avocados, because oh, that's lovely. Because a friend asked me for them. We had a bunch of them in pots waiting actually for owners. So that's that. And then we have stuff that's going on here into this March podge of a mess. I do think there's a melon here. I do think there's a cucumber here. There is something there. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it was pollinated. This corner is really a hot mess. Yeah? Look what we have here. This is supposed to be a loofah. And I don't know if it was pollinated. I hope it was. And you can actually get one of this. This will just make me so happy. I love to cook it and eat it. Ground cherries growing here. The tomato plant that my friend gave to me, there's 2 big tomatoes. And I do see a couple flowers coming through, so I hope I can get more from this plant. Of course, me and my shaking. The cosmo that's here has shoot out a lot of flowers, and so I've allowed the seeds to fall back here, and hopefully we'll have a cosmo patch here. It's pretty dark. So it's getting dark, as you guys can see. I mean, sun is setting or has set a little while ago, and I thought I'll just end the video here. I didn't get to show you guys my side gardens or in front. I think I'll do that as a separate video. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, if you guys like my t-shirt, it says be happy. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. There's mosquitoes flying around too. It's crazy how the mosquitoes are like now. It's super crazy. But yeah, that's my garden tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll try and do a tour with the flower beds and stuff and pots tomorrow. Take care until next time. God bless. Bye bye.